Facilitating a learner-centered classroom is one of 6 StarTalk-endorsed principles for effective teaching and learning. These principles help guide teachers to make the most of classroom time. What makes a classroom learner-centered? At the One World Now StarTalk Summer Language Camp in Seattle, Washington, the Arabic class story asks students to imagine that they are studying abroad in Rabat, Morocco. In a student-centered classroom, language tasks relate back to the real world.
Today we started a new unit. It was the shopping and the markets in Morocco. Since the students are visiting Morocco as they study abroad, obviously they're going to go shopping and buy souvenirs for their family members.
The instructor scaffolds learning experiences to gradually build his students' communicative abilities. After providing input, he gives students opportunities to practice meaningful communication while guiding and monitoring their performance. He starts by modeling new vocabulary in context.
Goodwill, جيدا. أنا أحب goodwill, دكان جيد. Today, since it was the start of a new unit, I had to use a lot of activities so they can practice this vocab before they go on.
The teacher makes the task meaningful by linking new words to a topic learners are already interested in. Students use the vocabulary to find out which clothing stores their classmates like. He provides students with the opportunity to practice the language, and they must work collaboratively to complete the activity. The teacher holds students accountable by asking them to record their answers on a worksheet, and by circulating around the classroom to monitor their performance. After monitoring student performance in one activity, the teacher may choose to review or reteach vocabulary or structures before moving on to the next activity. Here, he chooses to review a key word he's noticed many students struggling with before moving on to the next activity.
Then you have to check on everybody's check for understanding as you go, whether they're just understanding it by repeating it or understanding it and using it in a sentence.
In the next activity, students must find out which foods their classmates want to buy, combining new vocabulary items with ones they've already learned. In a student-centered classroom, the teacher assigns meaningful real-world tasks and gives students many opportunities to interact and use the language with each other. The teacher monitors student performance carefully, using their performance as feedback that informs decisions about what to teach or reteach. These factors combine to make sure that students are able to use the language they are learning in a communicative context. How do you make sure that students are able to use the language you're teaching? How do you make your classroom centered on the student?
StarTalk is a program of the National Foreign Language Center, sponsored by the National Security Agency.